Hi, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the update for the E.Y.E.S project pan, which stands for Enjoy Your Eyeshadows, which was created by Deb B here on YouTube. We're going to be going through all of the palettes that I have used in the last month from least to most uses. So let's go ahead and get that started. First one we have is the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped, which we used once. Next we have my third Lethal Cosmetics singles palette. This is the mattes, and we used this one once. My Natasha Denona My Dream palette. We used this one once. We used this shade, I believe. Sorry about the mirror reflections. My Lethal Cosmetics Avatar Fire palette. We used once. Oh shoot. I'm trying to remember which project this was in. I think this was in Deck of Panning for a No Pan Left Behind, and we'd used the rest of them the previous month, and then I'd been saving it for Thanksgiving, and I did a Thanksgiving look with it. Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette got used once. My first Nomad singles got used once. This is mostly Hudson Valley. It's all of Hudson Valley and then a couple of others. And finally, the Nomad Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette got used once. Actually got used today, and it was this shade. Use that to deepen the outer V. Okay, now for two uses, we have the Sigma Alice in Wonderland palette, got used twice. My second Lethal Cosmetics singles palette got used twice, and it was actually this missing shade. I'll show it to you in just a second. That's in my Throwback 30 collection. So that was the Palladium. Got used twice. And Nomad 2 singles got used twice. And it's also this missing shade here, which is in the Throwback 30. So that's River Trail right here. Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette got used twice. And that was this shade, which is in Throwback 30. Also in, hold on, let me see if I can salvage that. There was a lot of that gold that fell out. I got a towel under my seat. I'm just wiping my finger off on it. It's going to be going in the wash here in a minute anyway. Also on Throwback 30 is the e.l.f. ACU palette. Got used twice, and that was this shade, which is Into Finish. Oh shoot, that messed up the nail. I hate that. Moonspell Volume 2 got rolled in for 2 uses. Adept Cosmetics Arrow Inspired Palette got used twice. The Avatar Air Palette got used twice. It was in for a No Pan Left Behind, and I was able to do that in 2 looks. The Odin's Eye Christmas Eve palette is bought in for 2 looks. I know one of them used this shade, and I believe the other used a couple of the blues. And my Odin's Eye singles got bought in for 2 uses, and that was this missing shade that's in Throwback 30. Again, all the Throwback 30s got used twice. Gotta get some use. That's this one, which is actually my nail color. We're done with that. And then finally, my brand new palette, the Nomad Polar Express, got used twice. Took a break today from checking this one out. I used that the past couple days because I just got it. It's only 3 days old. And I know it's a little late to get it, but there was a problem with the post office. Nothing to do with Nomad. For 3 looks, we have the Seahorse palette. It's used 3 times. The Snow Spell by Dandelions Cosmetics. Hold on. This one I cannot open with my fingers. This one was used 3 times and a No Pan Left Behind. And the missing shade on that is the final one from the Throwback 30. But all the shades got used because I was in a No Pan Left Behind for same pan last year, I believe. Hella palette got used 4 times. And the Mar palette got used for 4 times before I was able to roll it out of Project Level Up. The Devour palette got used 4 times. And they were all in the shade Snack, which is in Throwback 30. Fantasy Cosmetica Rogue palette was used 6 times. And that was to finish up its usage goal for Throwback 30. Merry Christmas palette was used 6 times. This was in same pan last year. Oh, I missed this. The Avatar Soka Gel was used 3 times. I just missed it. This is currently in Deca Panning for 5 use goal. The e.L.F. Hot Jalapeno palette was used 6 times. This is the current Project Level Up. And the e.L.F. Truffles which is my pan. That palette, as always, got the most use, although it only got used 10 times this month. Usage really went down on it. But I missed a lot of days of makeup in November. Okay, so that's all the palettes that got used. Still quite a bit. Of course, Deb wants us to do the best and the worst, which was really, really hard this month because they're all really good palettes. Where's So, my worst, I'm going to bring in the Dandelions, the Snow Spell. This isn't, when I got this was not bad quality. Dandelions Cosmetics is not bad quality, although I would say that they are comparable to drugstore quality. Good drugstore quality, but still drugstore quality. However, this is so old that it's become very crumbly and very powdery, and it's starting to have some issues. They're not severe enough for me to say that it's a bad palette or to want to declutter it. It's just compared to the rest. And it's still a good palette. I still really enjoy this palette, but it is just at the beginning of the starting to become crumbly and powdery and have issues in the formula changing. It's just at the beginning of that, so I'm going to still hold on to it, but it does bring it down to last place just because, unlike the rest, which are still in their top form, this one is starting to go. And then for the best, I'm going to bring in Nomad's Christmas Eve, which is just, again, a gorgeous palette and is such great quality. And I really wish that they would go back to doing something like this again for their Christmas palettes, because the last 2 years have just been such a letdown, both in the color stories and in the quality. But the quality of this one, honestly, the quality of both the Christmas Eve and the Merry Christmas, which came out the same year, is just top of the line. And the only reason that I didn't bring in both of them was because this one was in a project and the Christmas Eve wasn't, so it got that tiny little boost of, well, at least I wanted to go for this one. Although I believe I used the Christmas Eve a couple of times outside the project. So that's it. That's our E.Y.E.S project update. Thank you for watching, and I hope I see you again. Bye.